Wow. Do you know, all the way back to 1986, when I started with my brother on this mission to liberate the truth, starting with marijuana, it has always amazed me how slow people are to recognise what I've said and done, you know. In each of the towns that I've lived in, each of the characters I've been, each of the pushes or fronts that I've had for the revolution, it seems to take my neighbours 4 weeks just to recognise something that I've said or done. You know, you clean up the whole environment of litter, nobody mentions it. Then 4 or 5 weeks later, somebody says, "Oh, it looks a bit better around here," you know, or go shouting off loudly about something that needs corrected. Weeks or months before people notice what I've said, which is very confusing for me and can leave me in a rather depressed condition. Also, positive work done, you know, actual performance that was meant to be observed and noted and hopefully copied. Human beings are so slow to respond, but I do ultimately see some response. For example, when I go to the old E to see about getting marijuana, see if I can find my way through all the fake stuff and paranoia and bad deals, I noticed that the typical marijuana user, if you could say such a thing, or rather put it another way, that I see my own past actions echoed in those that I'm currently dealing with. In other words, I do feel that I have changed things. It's just disappointing how slow it is. But then again, if Jesus had managed to get his whole message across to a lot of people in time, it wouldn't have been crucified, would he? But people have to wait and see what happens and then think about what he said. And we're in a similar position now in this country, indeed in the world, the civilized world. You know, a man like myself gets up and performs and has a whale of a time and gets all the people around him into a contact high where they're all having a good time, and it's a big experience for all concerned. And then after that, I am somehow disgraced. I get into an uncomfortable position, harassed by the police or ignorant people or criminals, and the observers stand back and go, "Oh, that was the geezer that was having all that fun and sticking his spliff out in front and being very open and obvious about it. Look at all the trouble he got into. I'm not going to say a word." That saddens me, because those in the early 90s who took that approach, "Oh, he's got a dodgy reputation, I don't know if I'm going to follow him," most of them are now living very sad, desperate little lives, lonely, meaningless. You know, the excitement was there, they didn't go for it, they spend the rest of their lives, as Shakespeare put it, in regret, you know, regret. We could have done something with this life. Yeah, well, that's just the way it is, isn't it? I mean, how many great people have not been recognised until they were dead, you know? And even sadder than that is, once you're dead, you can't control what they do with the truth. They can lie, they can put words in your mouth you didn't say, they can defame your character, without you being able to defend it. Or it can elevate you up and make you some perfect hero, like Thomas Becket. You know, it can make you some sort of impossible hero like Jesus. Jesus probably had athlete's foot like everyone else, if you know what I mean. You know, oh, I've got a bit of wood in my finger. That's very sore. How will I get it out? Just because you're Jesus, it's no different from any other human being. Oh, forgot that. Yeah, human being. Yeah, Jesus was a human being. If he did say anything about God the Father, he said, our Father. He didn't make himself special. He was putting out all the time, anything I can do, you can do. Yeah, man. If you've got cannabis oil that you're using to get into a godly state, you can use that to heal the blind, or the lepers, or the dead. Yeah. Testing. But it's not loud enough, is it?